From Chicago streets to the courts beat, South Scott Dan on the podcast seat. Bulls breaking news, talking stats and views. Every player, every play, we never lose. Horns over hoops, we're the Bulls troop. From game analysis to fan scoop.
What is good, Bulls fans and Horniacs, and welcome back to another edition of the Horns Over Hoops podcast. I am your host for the evening, Sal Bass. Scott Berman and Dan Gracie have the night off. Scott Berman is actually being swindled by cab drivers in France as we speak right now. So stepping up to the plate to take the big swing is a fellow supporter of ours. He's been with us since day one. We're so excited to have him on. We had him on one of our lives, but we wanted to get him on an actual show. Coming all the way from sunny California, please welcome Mr. Sammady Yi. What's going on, brother?
I'm worried about what's going on in France at this moment, more or less what's happening with the Bulls. Having been in France for a little bit, it is a little sketch. So I am a little worried, you know.
Yeah. The only thing we got from Scott was a text message today. Now he left yesterday, and the very first message we got from him today was, "Well, almost got scammed already. I got tricked into getting in a BS taxi. It cost me like 500 euros. I yelled at the guy, and he dropped me off back at the airport." So, I don't know.
Europe is tough, especially with France. My experience there was if you don't try to speak French, even though they don't speak French, they will not be nice to you. So,
really, they don't like foreigners that bad.
They just so it's all good.
Yeah. We'll have to start a GoFundMe for all the Horniacs. Please help get Scott Berman back to the United States and pay for his cab.
I'm sure Jerry can spare some cash. So.
Yeah. No, he would send Scott a bill for $500. Well, thank you, Sammady, for joining us today. Like I said, we're absolutely excited to have you. I know you, but tell everybody who you are and a little about yourself.
Oh, okay. So, Sammady Yi, I am a Bulls fan from the West Coast, not from LA, from Long Beach, California. Been a Bulls fan since I was born. Inherited the fandom from my father. So been a Bulls fan since, in pretty much deep Laker territory. Can't stand that team. I have to clarify, I do support the Clippers because those are the only games we were able to afford growing up, and still now as a grown man. Been into hoops since I was young. Don't play anymore because I'm not good at it. I'm good at other activities, but hoops is not one of them. So, but if I'm followed on Twitter, I just aggregate all the Bulls content. I don't have time to make content myself, but I support a lot of other people who make wonderful content, such as this podcast and other podcast guests you guys have had on this place. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yeah, it does my heart good to know that, like, you're in basically. How far is LA or Long Beach from LA?
That's about 30 minutes with no traffic. 45 to 50 with traffic, but you know, traffic is normal life here. So
I still can't believe you guys have traffic with those like 8 lanes of highways that you guys got.
There's just so many people here. That's a whole nother podcast about who's actually from California and who's not. But there's just so many. Like one of my best friends, he's from upstate New York, so it's like he's pretty much a California now. But like, there's just too many people here. But a lot of them bring their fandom too. Long story short, I met 2 gentlemen who are from Chicago who did get to watch Derrick Rose play at Simeon. So that's a story I like to share sometimes about my Bulls fandom. Like, they were in the gyms in those battles. I don't want to divulge their names because I don't know if they have any business out in Chicago. So
don't worry. Now, like, did they see like the Aaron Gordon, Derrick Rose showdown?
Yes.
Man, that was a good showdown. I think there was a third NBA star in there. I keep forgetting who it was. I keep wanting to say like Kyle Lowry or something was there.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or OJ Mayo. Who knows?
Yeah. but there's a lot of basketball products out here in the greater Southern California like area. Like during my growing of age, it was DeMar DeRozan. Funny enough, Compton is like 15 minutes from where I'm at. He's like a grade above from me. So, and then James Harden as well. I remember if you remember Jason Capono, he's
Yeah, the
from the he's from
rifleman.
yeah, he's from the area too. Westbrook is from the area. Drew Holiday, Brandon Jennings, Tyson Chandler out of Dominguez.
Yeah,
Uh,
Tyson.
yeah, so
Zach
there's a
Levine.
not weren't exactly he was I think he was in UCLA for a year, but didn't really follow him that much. What's a funny one? I'm trying to remember this one. Oh, Byron Russell is an
Byron
alumni
Russell.
from the University of Long Beach. So
Yeah.
that's not something we speak highly of around these parts. So we kind of let that we kind of let that one go. We're like, oh, it's like, oh yeah, he was from here. I was like, oh, he's a graduate. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Let's let that go.
Yeah.
So so
Bulls fans, we love Byron Russell. Of course, we know we know Byron Russell as, the man that Jordan crossed up. It wasn't a push off.
it wasn't
Crossed
push
the
off.
man up
Yeah,
and delivered that buzzer beater, or it wasn't really a
the
buzzer
same
beater. There's
people.
a few
Yeah,
seconds left, but
these are to not to call it a push off are the same people calling the current NBA too soft or whatnot. It's like pick your lane, bro. It's like
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
let the defense play. Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, there's some good products out here. Gotten to see some Bulls games. I've gotten to see the Pau Gasol, Derrick Rose team together. With like Joakim Noah, Jay Butler. I got to see the first year of like Laurie, Zach, Chris Dunn out here in LA, the LA area. And then I think I did send some pictures in another Discord of Clippers Bulls earlier this
Oh
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
went to the new what is it, the
Into
Intuit Dome?
that stadium is sick. We tried to get tickets. My wife and I tried to get tickets last night for Clippers, and they were just too expensive. Like, and then
Really?
what we yeah, and then we saw that they were giving out like these horse masks for certain sections, and I was like, oh my God, we could have gotten there. Yeah, so
For like for the free throw? Because I know like
yeah,
a lot of teams will do like
yeah,
behind
yeah,
the
yeah.
basket.
So you actually get like a horse mask to throw on for the section of the wall. So only one side of the basket. I was like,
Oh, that's sick.
yeah. So they do cool stuff like that. And then all the California high school jerseys are there in the stadium. So you can look for your high school jersey there too. So
Really?
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's a quick
Honest
summary of like my life and basketball and stuff like that. So
yeah, honestly, when it comes to basketball, I think the Intuit Dome is like the poster child for what every single stadium should look like. Jerry Reinsdorf would never, by the
uh,
way.
that's was it as a Hayes and Pat from Locked on Bulls that say he's Emperor Palpatine. This we're in his empire and we're just the puny rebels getting smashed around, you know. So
I
you
could
know,
see it now, like the General Palpatine with like the
yeah,
good, the
yeah,
good.
yeah.
We missed the
Raiders.
playoffs. Good.
Michael Reinsdorf is just his Darth Vader, and we're just pawns in their empire, unfortunately.
So many good memes can be made from this. So many good memes.
It's true.
Yeah, like I said, it's so good to have Bulls fans out in the California area just because I feel like as a whole, California has usually spawned some very successful teams. Throw in your Lakers, throw in your Golden State Warriors, so to have a Bulls fan live, within an hour of one of the most successful teams in the NBA, absolutely heartwarming considering we haven't been relevant, and well, minus the Derrick Rose year, we're going on 30 years now. About almost 30 years without a championship.
Uh, that's yeah, it is painful, but there's no words for it, honestly. It's like on a speechless because every year there seems to be something that leaves like Bulls fans either divided or speechless, angered.
Mhm.
Like it's like a whole spectrum of emotions being a Bulls fan. Yeah, like Laker fans are like the worst to talk to. Like terrible. Like just right like all the extreme, like just we got this, we don't need the basketball fit, we just gotta get guys. And they do get guys. It's crazy. Like they went from what Magic to Kobe, Shaq. I
Yep.
mixed that up, but then now LeBron, like it's just like how? Like what is this thing?
Good
Like
players
I
just
know
always fall in
California's
their lap.
yeah, dude, and it's like even the like Clippers, you know, their franchise isn't as storied, but man, like they get star power too. Just being out
Hmm.
here in the area, you would think Chicago would have more star power, but you know,
Too cold.
it's like that. Yeah, it's too cold. I wouldn't know, man. So, like, but
Too
it's like
too cold.
that recent poll of with that with all the NBA players. They had Giddy rated, overrated. They had what Chicago was like the seventh worst franchise out of the 30, you know, and then it's just like it's just so disheartening to hear stuff like that. It's like, man, and I'm not in the city, so I don't know the local like vibes. But from
Mhm.
hearing from other Bulls fans and having the internet, you kind of get an idea. It's
Yeah.
like how bad it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's because I always considered now more recently, I always considered like the Chicago Bulls fans were starting to become like the Laker fans of the East because like every year you hear the Lakers are like, we're going to get Jokic, we're going to get Doncic all in the same year, we're going to get them all together. And then it never usually happens, minus the Doncic. That was an anomaly. But like every year, like the top free agent, it always connected to the Lakers. Like now we're starting to do that. It's like, we're going to get Paul George. We're gonna get Giannis. We're gonna get Sabonis. You know what I mean? Uh,
yeah,
so,
but we get Javon Carter and
yeah,
Taylor Horton Tucker. Uh,
yeah,
no, if anything, we let go of people. We
yeah,
like we don't even get anybody. You
yeah.
know, Peter. It's sad, man. But you know, it's you gotta rep your team, man. You gotta stay true, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So have you ever been to the city of Chicago ever?
I have not. It's on my list to travel to Chicago, but due to work situations, life situations, my wife and I have not made the trip. We've made it a point to where we're gonna try to go during the season. And it's funny because I just listened to a reporter with the Sun Times. I won't name his name because he's a divisive person in the Chicago community, saying that the UC is just for the tourists and the real fans understand what's going on and they're just here to make money and this and that. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those fans, bro. I don't get to come here. It's just like, I want to be in the stadium. I want to take pictures at the atrium with like Jordan and the stadium. I want to see the banners. Like, I don't care who's the product on the floor. Maybe after I will, but like, one day I hope to make it out there. You know, and have some tavern style, have some beef dish, have
Yeah,
a dipped beef sandwich. We do have Portillo's out here in
yeah.
California. We have two spots, two Portillo's.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, yeah. So I was there two
Did
weeks ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If you're gonna come to Chicago, like during the season, yeah, make sure it's warm, man. Like we go from like it's hot and then it's just cold. Like it's shorts, and then every sweater you have in your closet, all like within a week.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why we don't attract a lot of like superstars here is because our food's too damn good. And they're like, man, I ain't going to Chicago. I'm gonna get too damn fat.
Then don't trade for Zion. Then sorry, Justin.
Oh,
Ju- I know Justin from shout out to Bloody Horns podcast. He's been like preaching that, but it's like, dude, if he takes one lick of that Chicago food, like he's gonna become the heaviest person in the league. So I don't know, but I get it. And isn't
you're
that a problem with the team too? Like we don't get the free agents, man. The team doesn't get it.
no, no. Yeah, hopefully some along the lines straight. Have you seen, speaking of Zion, did you see that interview he had where like somebody asked him what food are you like most looking forward to like trying when you're down here? And he's like, oh, I almost fell for that one. You guys were gonna bait me with that one, like gonna basically like You guys trying to like get the internet to call me a fat ass. Like I ain't falling for that one.
Yeah,
I would, you know what?
yeah.
If Zion could stay healthy, I would not mind having Zion here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all these players at this point have like whatever they do off the court is whatever they do off the court. Is it annoying? Of
Mhm.
course it is, but you can't deny the talent that Zion has. Um, being that athletic, being that skilled, and being that
Mhm.
dominant. Like
Mhm.
I think it's just who was it? Giddy's Australian teammate, Dyson Daniels. He straight up said like he was injured all the time in New Orleans, and like that place just has to be cursed. And now he's all healthy at Atlanta. So there's something with the Pelicans, with the Pelicans organizations that are kind of holding some of the players back. Whether it's mystically, I guess I don't know. But no, I mean Zion would be a game changer. Like as much as I love Giddy, as much as I love Kobe, Matas is up on the come up. We just don't have that
Yeah.
top tier talent, and if we're not going to tank because the organization's anti tank, whatever, fine.
Mhm.
How are you going to get it? It has to be trade. Free
Mhm.
agency isn't the same anymore. Everyone's getting their money first and then be like, oh, now I want to leave. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's how I
Yep.
see it. So I totally get what Justin and the rest of Bulls Twitter is saying. Like, you got to go find someone. Who is it? Who is going to be the sacrificial lamb to
Mhm.
is it Kobe? Giddy's probably going to stay. What, he's 20?
22.
22.
Yeah. Yeah.
22. So it's going to be somewhat of a combination of like Kobe. As much as I hate it, I love Io.
I do
Um,
too, man. He's my
the only
guy.
two, he's the only two-way player on the team until Matas can get up there. But so I think that's one of the problems of the team right now too. Is this it's so divisive now too. I don't remember a
Mhm.
time being this divisive. Like every time I scroll through, I have to turn off Twitter sometimes or Blue Sky or whatever because like I agree and I don't agree, but then it gets too intense. People
Mhm.
are bickering at each other, people are getting blocked, and I'm like, this is too much. It's like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
toxic now. But
Yeah. Twitter keeps with the drama, man. Shout out to Justin because, like as you said, dude, just hit the bloody horns. I admire him because he's got a lot. He's got a factual way of telling his opinion, and he's not afraid to
mm-mm,
say
mm-hmm.
facts, even if you don't
Yep,
want to hear it. He's not afraid of saying it, and the man can write some articles, man. Justin, shout
yes,
out to you. Keep doing what you do. Those articles are top notch. I look forward to those every time I get tagged. Like I see bloody horns tagged you in a
yep,
post. Like sweet. All right, now it's time for a good read. Because like I
yeah,
said, the man tells you not so much what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to see without the clickbaitiness. Like he just
yeah.
tells it like it is. And the
No, of
dude's
course,
jacked, man. Dude, I need to get on this. I need to get on this. I need to get on your regimen, man. Help me
yeah.
out, dude. I'm built like a bag of pudding over here.
Wow, easily. That's either if Zion becomes over the team, he's gonna be built like a Italian roast beef at this point. Uh, but
Yeah.
no, I know
Bulls
I
will have
get
to
what.
hire Justin if Zion comes here. Like we need this guy to keep him in shape.
Yeah. I mean, his
This guy.
contract's also favorable, right? Because there's a bunch of weight clauses or something like that. Like
Is there?
the last time I heard of someone having a weight clause was Boris Diaw, who I think
Oh man, throwing it back.
Who Jalen Rose dubbed him as a stretch mark four, which is so
Stretch
disrespectful
my four.
on so many levels. I was like, I can't believe it. I just heard this man call another man. But anyways, but I think there's a lot of out clauses in Zion's contract. That's why it'd be favorable. And if I hate saying his name, if AK wants to get off on contracts for that stupid 2026 draft, which I have no clue who's going to be there because they might be there now, but then they're going to get re-up. Free agents are going to get their contracts and whatnot. Maybe this is a way to dump off contracts, Vooch is expiring,
Yeah.
Kobe, Io, was it Zach, Collins, Kevin Herter. So you got five, and then Zoe's on the team options. You got six players coming off the books for that 2026 draft. Do you want to like package all that and go all in and
Yeah.
get something? Because the only people I know for sure are definitely guaranteed on this team is Giddy and Matas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Other than
I
that, I
can't think
think
of any other
everyone's
names.
yeah. I mean, I feel like they've been a well. Pause. I was going to say something else. I've been watching too many Locked On Bulls. I was gonna say something really inappropriate, but they've been
Be
uh
you.
changing. We gotta get you guys monetized, man. You gotta keep changing Kobe's role, like every year. And I feel like Kobe's not becoming the Zach where
Mhm.
he's performing at a high level. Of course, he's not number one,
Mhm.
but you could tell like they're not as high on him as they should be. Like
Mhm.
that's just an observation. I'm just an outsider from California. It's like, they haven't give this guy a fair shot. The last person I saw that got put in that situation was Zach. So are they going to sell off Kobe
Mhm.
for dollars, for pennies on the dollar, or they're gonna, well, too late now because he has 1 year left. But um,
Yeah.
it's just interesting. This offseason, this next every season's been like a roller coaster, and it's like, what's happening here? So,
Right.
and then
I
watching
know. I know.
Caruso lately, oh my God, dude. It,
Man's gonna win a ring, man. Do you see the Thunder? They are like mopping the floor. Didn't they just erase a 29-point deficit yesterday to take a 3-0 lead? Absolutely
defensive
insane.
masterclass, defensive
Yeah.
masterclass. Like just like you want to talk about 9 to 10 really good players. It's like look at the
Yes.
Thunder, but look how they
Yeah.
got it. They got it through draft picks, trades, bad contracts, a
Mhm.
lot of failed draft picks. Dude, they have guys on that team that did
Mhm.
not pan through, but guess what? They got 9 to 10 really good players, and amongst their really good players are like a superstar and a star. Like, man, like, seeing the Thunder now, I'm just like, it's 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 just like that's the goal.
Yes.
Look at all that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, look at all that talent.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like the again, I'm gonna use this term, but like the Thunder is like the poster child of what I want the Bulls to be. Like, I don't need a team full of like superstars. Like, I don't need a team of like Zion, Lillard, and whatever superstar you throw in there. I just want a team of really good players that get the job done. Like, look at Cleveland. Cleveland has a bunch
Yeah.
of really good players, but like really their only superstar on paper is Donovan Mitchell. Like Darius Garland
Yes.
blossomed, Evan Mobley blossomed on that team. Like, I don't want the Bulls to
Yeah.
be just the next bus stop for all these superstars to win a ring. And like, I want to grow talent here, much like I said, Thunder, Cleveland, all those elite teams that did it themselves. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you mentioned we're diving into the Bulls season this right now, because one of the questions I have for you is, what did you think of the Bulls season expectation wise? Did this season meet your expectations? Mainly the reason why I ask is because I'm going to remind you, like the beginning of the year, we really weren't expected to do much of anything. So how did that tie into your expectations this year?
I mean, it's kind of a tale of like not two halves because everyone always says the second half of the season, but trade deadline is actually like 2/3 in. But I
Mhm.
mean, the first 2/3 were just kind of like grimy and like mucky. Like you still had Zach, you still had Vooch,
Mhm.
um, and Zoe was in and out, and it was just tough to watch. Modest got the tough treatment from Billy, and to be honest, the first 2/3 of the season, it was just tough. It was a tough watch. It was not easy.
Yeah.
I want to shout out C Red UK, Neil and Matt, because every time they put their poll on Discord, I always put a W for a Bulls win, regardless of the
Same.
situation. Yeah, but it's just I just it was just tough to watch. Like Zach and Vooch balling out, like out of control. I think they were
Yeah.
18 and 20 at one point, but it's just not the product we wanted. And then once the trade deadline happened, that was a fiasco in itself too, because you're like, who are these guys? You got Trey Jones, like Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, and you would expect you just expected more draft picks. And even with Giddy, like you think you get a draft pick.
Yeah.
It's AK went into the situation like I want to pay full price for the car. The car dealership's like, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like, all right, really?
all right, you don't want to negotiate down?
You don't
No,
want
here's
like
my
free
price.
floor mats or anything? No, no, no. Keep them. Keep them. I just
No,
give them.
no, yeah, and I think and that from itself set the wrong tone for the season as well too, because I think Giddy's a great player. He's a
Oh yeah.
solid 2 or 3 maybe,
Mhm.
but because of the value and how much of a difference Alex Caruso makes, you seeing it in the playoffs now, like he's a game changer. completely revamps the defense. But
Okay.
once that trade deadline hit and everything moved around, there was hope. It was fun, man. Like it was
Yeah.
great because now it's like, I mean, was it fool's gold at a certain point? Maybe yes and no,
Yeah.
but you got to see our team, the Bulls, beat on some of the bottom of the barrel teams, which is fine with
Oh yeah.
me because that's what you want to see. Did they struggle against elite competition? Of course. I mean, like look at the
As
Laker
expected.
games. Yeah, look at
Mhm.
those Laker games. They were tough games. They're not easy.
Mhm.
And at the play-in, it's like, well, first of all, I want to say one thing. I do not like the play-in. Go back to
Uh,
regular eight. I
yes.
know. I'd go
Yes.
back to eight. Shoot, if at a certain point, just rank 1 through 16. Just do 1 through 16.
Yeah.
Top 16. Yeah, just do
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I take as Justin and I can relate. We do both do like martial arts, MMA, jiu-jitsu, and stuff like that. You can learn a lot from the losses. So the play-in
Mhm.
loss taught us a lot. You know, if anything, the Bulls fans can still enjoy the growth in the last third of the season and still be unhappy with not having a superstar. It's fine. You can go all sorts of directions with this.
Yeah.
Did it go the
Yeah.
way you wanted? No. But can you be happy with some of the players on the team? Yes, you can.
Yeah. Well said.
Can you still hate the right source? Of course you can. One thousand
Well,
percent.
yep. Yep.
It's
That's
like
not going to change regardless.
no, no
We
way.
could win championships 7 through 12 in a row. I still hate the Reinsdorf.
Yeah. It's like, do
But
you hate your boss? Yes, but I love my raise. No.
yeah. Thanks for the raise. You still suck though.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, but all in all, like you could still have pride in Giddy, Matas, uh, Kobe. It's just now it's like, okay, what's the future outlook? Are you gonna pay these guys? Are you gonna pay Kobe and Io? Are you gonna
Mhm.
offload to get more draft picks? Do you
Yeah.
hate draft picks? Like, do you hate young people? Do you, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or do you, yeah, like, yeah, do they need to be seasoned a little? Like, go through some bumps and roads? Like, obviously, it's the goal is young players with experience. But what if they had bad experiences? I don't know.
Correct. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, as Bulls fans, we always say it's almost like every year we say it like this is going to be an interesting offseason. Like I hate that every year for us is set up to be interesting because we just have no clear and cut direction. Like, a
No.
lot of your teams have their direction, like we're building around this guy, that's definitive, and that's it. You know what I mean? But us, it's like we're building around Kobe. No, wait, we're building around him. No, wait, we're building around them. No, wait, hold on. Matas is emerging. Like, pick somebody and stick with it. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard work being a
And
Bulls fan, man.
yeah, and it's like, and we're not, and I think the worst part about it is that Acme, the front office, the ownership still thinks we're all idiots. The press, the fans, we're not. It's like we know there's so much more information now, whether it's good or bad. Let's be honest now.
Hmm.
There's some
Yeah.
bad stuff out there. But if you look
Well,
at the part of the court, you could watch the game and be like, yeah, some of this is clunky. Like you could see like what was that game? The Cleveland game with Giddy, where he's getting picked on, getting
mhm.
carved up. That was a bad game. But then you see games where Giddy comes back and heaves that half court shot and then roasts the Lakers afterwards.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like you have to like if what is it? It's the box score watchers versus the actual game watchers. Like you got to watch the game and be like, yeah, this could be better. Matas, he's gonna get better. But then
Yep.
like you're telling, is Giddy the right guy to run with him? Is Kobe the right guy to run with him? Io, like you got to figure out like who are you propping up, and so far it is Giddy and Matas.
Yep.
And lo and behold, who's Matas' dad works for? Jonas Valanciunas. Who did he also take a picture with? Domantas Sabonis. It's like,
Yep.
man. So the Lithuanian connection. Also, shout out to that Lithuanian team. That world team is going to be pretty good if they have
Yes,
those
they
guys like
are.
that. With
Yeah.
JK from Illinois too. Like that's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a national team.
Oh, that's gonna be a dirty team. Real
Yeah.
quick, do you think it's gonna happen? Sabonis to the Bulls. Or what's more
I
realistic? Sabonis or Zion? How about that?
Zabonis is more realistic just because of the connections. Like I always have a joke with what is it from locals Bulls fans that someone needs to like take what AK says in Lithuanian, but then translate it into like modern English. Because I have a feeling that
Oh,
AK like is terrible at translating what he really feels. As someone who speaks a second language, there's terms and words that don't translate properly, and I wonder if
yeah,
like if there was a Lithuanian press conference, it'd be a completely different vibe. But that's just
dude,
me. Yeah, that's just
maybe.
me. Chicago was it the Sacramento Chicago King Bulls? That's where we're gonna be now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, what are they trying to do? Because they knew. Okay, that's what I've like wanted to know because the Kings knew that they were better than us a few seasons ago, but yet they're taking all of our guys. So it's like, all right,
I
we tried
mean,
to do this already and it didn't work. Like, by all
didn't
means, here
they
you go.
didn't they try to bid on Zach's restricted free agency back in like 20 something 2016 whatnot? Yeah.
Yep,
And then,
yep,
I mean, I guess once Fox said he wanted out, it just went
yeah,
down the hill after that.
yeah.
I mean, you could be a worse franchise. At least as a Bulls fan, we got six championship banners. The Kings, I don't know what they have. It's like,
They got Debo and Zach. That's what they got.
oh
They
God.
had Chris Webber. They had Chris Webber at one point.
Oh, that was a great
Oh,
team. That's a
that
sidetrack.
was a
Chris Webber,
great
and
team.
that was a great team. They got robbed by the Lakers. I'll stand on that all day.
Was that C Web, Peja, Bob Christie, Mike
Yep.
Bibby? Um, I
Bobby
think Gerald
Jackson.
Wallace was on that team. Bobby
Yeah.
Jackson, yeah,
Yeah.
stacked team. They just ran into a really, really good Lakers team. As much as we hate saying those words in the same sentence,
Boo.
yeah. Well, you mentioned it earlier about the half court shot. Kind of want to know what was your favorite moment of the year. Of course, yeah, we didn't make playoffs. We didn't do too hot in the play-in, but despite having a losing record, I did have some favorite moments. We did have some key moments. So what do you think was your favorite standout moment of this season?
Okay. I would say I want to highlight three different players. So three.
Okay.
One was Giddy. Obviously, it's the half court heave.
Yeah.
Second is Kobe, the dunk on two dunks on Banchero and
Yes.
on Wemby. And
Yes.
then Matas for just kind of finding his groove like in the last third of the season. So those are kind of like my highlights. Like Matas in general was like he's our only hope right now. Like that's like any for me at this point, like Matas can do no wrong. But specifically, it was that crossover on Luca. I was like, oh
Yes.
yeah,
Behind
yeah.
the
So
back. Oh, that was so filthy.
yeah, I was like, all right,
Matas had a few good moments. Like, yeah, the cross up on Luca, the dunk on, I don't want to say dunk, where he crossed up Aaron Gordon and dunked on
hmm
him. And then, like, one of my personal favorite was when he hit that 3-point shot the last game against the Heat before the play in and then just stared down the bench. We
yeah,
eventually paid for that later on, but accordingly, still cool when it happened. Yeah. So,
yeah.
which Bulls player would you say you're most excited to see them leave? How about that? I wouldn't say which player did you. I don't like saying who did you dislike the most because I don't like being negative, but I'll say which Bulls player that if they left tomorrow, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, good, very good.
Nikola Vucevic,
Okay, okay,
mainly because like he reminds me of me at a certain job a while back where I just went in and did my job and I was like, yeah, I'm ready for greener pastures. And um, he is a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's solid at what he does. He's flawed defensively, but he can do a lot of things. I feel like his the viewpoint on him has been so bad ever since AK traded two first round picks to get him for Wendell Carter. I'm not saying
yep.
Wendell Carter's any good. It's more or less the first like those draft picks that got Franz Wagner, and I
Mhm.
believe it was like Jet Howard, Juwan Howard's son, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Vucevic mainly because I just want him to move on with his life. He's like 34,
yeah,
35. Let this man ring chase. Like, just get him out. Like, the vibes are
yeah,
terrible. Like,
yep.
he's what's a good way to describe it? He's the oldest kid in the room, and all these younger kids that are like 5 and under are all his cousins, but he's like the random big kid at the kids table.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, just get him out,
Dude.
man. Yeah, just get him out. Mainly for the sake of his sanity. But I would be most excited to see Vucevic leave, just so we can move on from like the
Yes.
old guard ish. How about yourself?
Man, you have no idea. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned Vooch because finally somebody who we asked what player you don't want to see on the team anymore who doesn't say like Javon Carter, Taylor Horton Tucker. It's like, dude, those players play minimal role in the organization,
Yeah,
like whether they're here or not. But I'm glad somebody said that they didn't want somebody on the team for good reasons because I share the same opinion with you. If there was one player on the team I don't want to see, it was Vooch. And it's not because I dislike him, because at one point during the year, Vooch was my favorite player. And it was because his, give no craps attitude, where no matter what happened, he'll be the first one to argue a call with the ref. He shows emotion. I'm sure he's gotten billed for several ripped and damaged towels that he's banged against the chair. Like the guy is so animated. I love it.
yeah.
And I love it. I don't know who does it on Twitter, but every time like Vooch has a moment, he posts that meme of Vooch just destroying the bench with a
Oh yeah,
towel.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Or
about?
yeah, yeah. Or Ramina
Yeah.
on Bulls Twitter. She posts the one where Vooch does a flick off, like just straight up the
Yes.
middle finger. Yeah, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Or
But
someone posts. My favorite one is when he's just on the free throw line, just smiling, trying not to laugh. Like that's one of my faves. It's like, but yeah, like
like,
just get him out, man. Like for
yeah,
the sake of everybody, for everybody.
yeah.
Like
And
I don't care
here's the
about
thing,
Bald
like
Eagle or Unk. So
Bald Eagle.
Javon's Carter nickname on the team is Bald Eagle.
Oh,
He
oh,
has on
that's
like a
great.
live stream. Yeah,
They called him
but
a bald eagle.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
to summarize, yeah, but Vucevic, I just want him to be gone for the sake of everybody, including him. So
Yeah.
let's move
Honestly,
on,
there are
bro.
those players that you want to see them move on to better things just because they had a long and productive career. And I feel like people forget Vooch, when it's all said and down, he's going to go down as our third best center of all time. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
want to go with artists, Joakim Noah, you can put them one or two, whatever. But right there behind him is going to be Vooch. So he did his time. He put up his numbers. He roughed it out because some of those seasons, my God, was that terrible to be a part of this organization. So there's a few times where I'm like, I don't blame Vooch. If he's disgruntled, we made him disgruntled. So we can't really blame him. Like we promised a
Yeah.
trade to a team that was in championship contention in the Warriors. I don't want to say promise, but the rumors were, hey, he's going to go to the Warriors. And imagine yourself being Vooch, where it's like, man, I'm going to go play with Steph Curry. Like we'd be ringing in championships. They're just missing a center. And then it's like, oh, just kidding. Practice is on Monday. We didn't trade you. It's like, what the? Oh, okay.
Man, so
So
disheartening. So
I
disheartening.
know exactly. I don't blame Vooch. I love Vooch. I loved having Vooch as a bull, but it's one of those kind of like DeMar. You appreciate having him. Now move on to better things. Hopefully better than what DeMar moved on to, but that's another story. Uh,
Okay.
so we mentioned Zion, we mentioned Demotis. Are there any free agents that you have your eye on this offseason? I know there's not very many age-friendly unrestricted free agents, and I know restricted free agents, given our financial issues, are going to be a little tough to sign. But who would you see ideally us targeting?
I don't. So I kind of been leaning towards what Justin was thinking from Bloody Horns. He's trying. He's also mentioned one player that is on the Rockets. It's
Mhm.
Jabari Smith Jr. Mainly
Oh yeah,
because um, the idea of moving Matas to play more three. I know it will never happen because the way Billy likes to play, like he needs
yeah,
his three guards for, which is fine. It's fine if you have like Zoe and Kobe and Giddy. Thank goodness Giddy's 6'8". My God.
yeah,
Yeah, but um, having the idea of like I've been watching the playoffs a lot, and it's like these teams play bigger now. They play big. Like look at
hmm
the Thunder. Chet's playing the four with Hartenstein. You got Paulo, who's like 6'10", you know. These a lot of Horford plays for the Celtics. Like these teams are starting to play a lot bigger. I think at one point I saw Adams and Şengün in the same lineup
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Jabari Smith Jr. playing the three. Like mad, bro. Like it's not small ball anymore. They're trying like I think AK is like a generation behind. Like it's like was it How I Met Your Mother where they keep shaming on Canada being like a decade behind. You know,
Yes.
we're in the 2000s and they're still in the 90s.
Good
But I think
comparison.
it's time. Yeah, I think it's time to get a power forward, like a combo forward or a combo big that can play next to Matas because you don't want him to bulk up. Look at P. Will. P.
Mhm.
Will rookie year, quick, quick. You know, maybe his hips weren't switching fast enough. Maybe his foot speed was tough, but he was a lot more limber and quick on his feet. I
Mhm.
would want like someone that's a lot more athletic, stronger, take on the bigger tasks and guarding forwards next to Montas. Who would
Yeah.
that be? Honestly, to truthfully be honest, I haven't researched, but not seeing like strong guys like Zion, Jabari Smith Jr., someone who can help Montas because he's gonna. The last thing you need him is getting beat up at the four all the time.
Yeah.
Him guarding Giannis,
Oh,
LeBron, Durant, like
yeah.
just Kawhi,
Yeah.
just getting beat up all the time. Like that. Like look at the Celtics. They start at some lineups. They'll do Brown and Tatum at 2 and 3. So why can't that be Matas? You can do Giddy, Kobe, Matas, a random power forward that's not
That's
uh,
not Patrick
P
Williams.
won't.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. He
it's not
won't.
Patrick Williams.
Oh, that's so good.
P
Oh, I'm
won't.
gonna use that now.
And
He won't.
or you could just yeah, like just someone that could take the burden off of Matas because seeing the lineups with Giddy, Kobe, and Herder,
Mhm.
they're gonna stay on the perimeter. So Matas has to guard the best forward. Like that's a lot on him. You know?
Yeah, especially as a rookie. My goodness, you know,
Yeah,
just because he could slide in and handle those roles fearlessly doesn't necessarily mean you should do that. You know what I mean? It's a lot to
yeah,
put on a rookie's plate. But he actually received praise. I know you remember Kevin Durant was actually praising him. I think LeBron James even gave him praise, and like those are two very good names. So Bulls fans having praise from KD and LeBron, two of the elitist of the elite, on one of your players, that's some silver lining for you right there. So but Sammady Yi, you are on the clock because my next question is this. You are the GM of the Chicago Bulls on draft day. Just wanted to look at all. Look at all the fans, look at all the prospects, look at, Cooper Flag wearing a
no,
tie-dye suit or whatever he wears. There's some weird fits now on draft day, but
yeah,
nonetheless,
for sure, dude.
I'm going to give you three scenarios. Who would you pick with the
Oh
number one
no.
overall pick if you had a top 3 and a top 10? So let's say very first number one overall pick, and then if you had a top 3 pick, and who would you pick if you had a top 10 pick?
Oh, number one, you better capture that flag and plant that flag.
Yes,
Easy,
sir.
easy,
Yes,
easy
sir.
work. Easy work. Coop, at first I was like, whatever, but watching him a little bit, it's like the defensive upside. Like, can you imagine him and Matas being your forward covers? They would wreck
Deadly.
the league, like just
Yes.
defensively. Both of them 6'10", both of them can guard at certain points 2, 3, 4 positions. Like unimaginable. Top three, I'm gonna go super left field or right field, depending on how you see it. And for nostalgia, Ron Harper Jr. Why not, man?
Yeah.
Just
All right.
to fill in the seats. To fill in the seats.
Yeah.
He's a tall point guard. Why not? We could play 5 point guards. Who cares? It's like, top 10. Oh, uh, at first, I was thinking of some other players, but now was it Colin Murray Boyles? The six
Oh, really?
seven. I forgot what. I know. Yeah, there's him and another French prospect where they are just defensive monsters. This there's a French player. I was listening to the Cash Consideration podcast from Ricky O'Donnell and Jason Pat, and they mentioned a
Yeah.
French player and they mentioned Colin Murray Boyles. So I think Colin Murray Boyles,
Colin.
he's 6'7", 7 foot wingspan. probably the second defensive best prospect in the draft behind Coop.
Really? Out of South
So
Carolina, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he
correct, sir.
averaged almost 17 points out of grabbed down 8 rebounds and had a almost 60% field goal percentage. Yeah, this kid can play. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good pick.
and mainly just for defensive. Yeah, and it almost ties back to the idea of having another defensive prospect next to Matas. Having two-way players, two defensive players that can do stuff on both ends of the court. So I would say Colin Murray Boyles, maybe because I just think AK just can't help himself. Oh man, a wing prospect that can't really shoot yet. I want it. Oh, do we have a shooting coach? Oh wait, never mind. We let him go.
Oh,
Boo. Boo
bro,
you, AK.
the one thing we did good. So we just put out the episode that was 2 parts with grade
Yeah,
every
definitely
player.
listen to that. Yep.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. We didn't give
Yeah.
anyone higher than an A. So Scott actually gave Peter Patton an S because he's like, as far as player development goes, Peter Patton was top notch. I mean, we couldn't get any better than that. Like contributed greatly to our success. First thing the Bulls do after the season's over, yeah, all right, you got to go. All right.
It's mad. What's funny? Was it Dave Kaplan? He has a YouTube show now, and he does it with Joe Cowley. And Dave Kaplan actually, I think, coached Peter Patton. I don't know
Really?
what level of basketball that. Yeah, so super small, like basketball circle in Chicago. But yeah, man, like he did miracles. Like, it's like I don't. They preach players first organization, right? So you get rid of the person the players like, and he produced it. But what he doesn't agree with your opinions, or he's too harsh on the players, or whatever. It's like if you want to be good, you don't want yes people around you. You need people to give you the information you don't want to hear sometimes.
Correct.
So, but
Correct.
yeah,
Why did Thibodeau have such good success? Because he pushed back against management. You know what I mean? Why did
yeah,
that's the thing is being a yes man in an organization only gets you so far. It's like you hired me because you recognized my skills over there. So why don't you let me worry about my business and you worry about your business? You know what I mean? Stop trying to to push your way in, so to speak. So
yeah. Push your agenda or whatever. Yeah,
push your agenda. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Good pick. Good pick. Oh yeah.
But yeah, Colin Murray Boyles, if it's a top 10, mainly for defensive upside, because I've seen Derek Queen and whatnot, but I just think I think we need more athletic juice on the team, especially a defense here. Like I got love for Dalen, I got love for JP, but to have like the second best defensive prospect behind Coop, that's not bad, man. Like it's
Pretty good.
I don't want 4 guards and selfishly, why not 5-point guards? Go for it.
Yeah,
But
why not?
you know what?
Tallest point guard plays center.
No
coming
comment.
to a United Center near you soon. I said the same thing. Like, because number one, if you're not picking Cooper Flag, you're getting escorted out of the building that day. You just lost your job. Cooper Flag's just that one guy you can't not pick. Like you said, easy day at the office. Push the button, bring him home. You're back home eating dinner with your family. Top 3, I said Ace Bailey, just because of the size, the ability to play guard and forward. I feel like he fits kind of the mold of what we're looking for, because me personally, I'm with you. I think that Billy is going to try to play Matas at the power forward. I would love to see him at a 3, but okay, power forward, no big deal. Just draft a small forward that can slide right into that role. Feel like Ace Bailey's one. And top 10, I love this kid since the day because I watched a lot of Duke basketball because of Cooper Flag. Come on, Malawak, man.
Yeah.
A 7'2" center. When's the last time we had a 7'2" center? Because I can't remember. I'm thinking like Omer Sheik.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's Omer Sheik, and also like the ties to Luol Deng. Like
yeah, exactly.
This guy is handpicked from Luol. Like I don't know about you, but if Luol says this guy is good, I'm gonna trust Luol Deng.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I say it. And look at what South Sudan did in the Olympics. They gave teams a run for their money. What is their first They first time playing indoor. They only practice outdoor. That team's going to be on the rise. So, and it's Kaman's going to be on the be one of the stars for that team. So be it. I think it was hard because I think there was just a lot of what is it? He was kind of far back in the hierarchy at Duke. Like
Hmm.
you had Coop, was it Trey Johnson, and there was one other player. So I mean, Kaman was just there to be the garbage man, clean up on defense, grab boards. So yeah, man, I totally agree. So
Yeah. All right. Miss Sammady, your day at the office of GM is not done yet because immediately after you did that draft, you are going to pick up the phone and you are going to make one blockbuster trade that could make this team better. If you could make one blockbuster trade, who would it be? I'm throwing them at you like
I can't believe
wildfire,
you guys are
man.
doing this to me. Oh, geez. Oh my God. Uh, if I had to pick up a call for the sake of the franchise, for my personal preference, let's see. I would trade not for someone, but I would trade Kobe. I would
Okay.
trade Kobe off the team.
Okay.
If you're got 1 year left on the team, I would start. Yeah, I would see who needs a combo guard, who needs a guard. Um, on it, like I would. Man, you really got me with this one. There's two scenarios. I think I would say trade. I would either trade Kobe, uh, for either like bad contract and picks just to make space,
Okay.
or I would call Houston and be like, "Hey, what's it going to take to get Jabari Smith Jr.? The only untouchable is Giddy and Matas, I guess, because I'm just thinking of it as what AK thinks. But I would say like I'll put Kobe up there, Kobe Io, 2, 3 first round picks, or 2 picks maybe. Let's go get Jabari Smith Jr. Play him at the 4, move Matas down to 3. But
I like
so
it.
two scenarios. I would trade Kobe first and draft picks. Like I'm 2026 is going to be a better draft. Like come on, the Boozer twins, you
Yep.
have AJ DeBonsta. Like it's a loaded draft. Like and if you want your draft pick, if you want your cap space, it works out. You get draft space, cap space for 2026, and you get picks for 2020 and 2026. It goes both ways. So,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
uh, that
Dang. Good way to
that's
answer a
tough,
loaded
man.
question. I love it. That was good. You did
Yeah, that was
phenomenal.
tough. No, thanks.
Yeah,
What about you?
I
What
like
would you
you
do?
said, who would I do? Shoot. Oh man, you turned it around on me. Shoot. Um,
Hmm.
if I'm the GM, I have zero negotiation skills, so I'd be trading team for some zero negotiation skills. I'll trade you Alex Caruso for Giddy. Okay. Do you want some picks? We got like 30 something of them. No. Just that. You keep those. We don't do good at drafting unless it's Matas anyway. So, um, I'm with you. I'd probably package our highest trade asset, which I know not many people are gonna like hearing this. Probably package like Io, send him to a contender for. I'm a big center guy, so if we don't draft a center, maybe see what we can get for Sabonis.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Man. I'm asking questions I don't even know the answer to.
the
Um,
the IO trade breaks my heart. I want
I know.
I
I
want him to
I
be
love Io, man.
I want
Especially
him to just be a Bulls
homegrown.
lifer. Yeah, Bulls
Yeah,
lifer. I want him to be a Bulls lifer.
I'm still
Just
heartbroken when we traded our own Derrick Rose to the. You know what I mean? So like trading
yeah.
another homegrown talent. Just I can't think of anyone else on the team aside from Kobe that has a higher trade value that makes sense trading. Obviously trading Matas, trading Giddy is not in the question, but like who else has the highest trade value on the team? Because I know a lot of people like to say, "Oh, Lonzo's got sky high trade value." I don't really think that people are going to be jumping at the teeth to trade for Lonzo, especially
No.
because this year, what did he play like? Once
35
he only
games
played like
exactly.
35 games exactly. So I mean,
Same as the last time he played.
exactly. So who knows? You know what I mean? I feel like that's the only fit. But if I had to make a trade, like for players, I'd say if I can trade Io and Vooch, possibly the Warriors, see if I can get Kuminga and draft picks. Maybe Kayvon Looney. I don't know, Kayvon Looney, whatever.
Yeah,
I really like Kuminga, dude. Kuminga's my guy. He's a 2K
that's
goat too.
yeah. No, it's fair. I mean, if it's funny enough, if it's what AK likes, young players with experience. He's a champion. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
forget, Kuminga is a champion. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it's just like, are you willing to get him? He fits the mold. It's just he can't shoot. I wish we had a shooting coach that could help him shoot.
Oh wait, we did.
Yeah, we did. Oh wow, that's the tough part. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think that it provides some context. Like now we like obviously like AK does not want to go south.
No.
Like Denver did this until they got Jokic, but they got so lucky with him. They were in like
Yeah.
low 30s to like 40s wins for what? Since like the Danilo Kenneth Fareed days, like
Yeah. Wow.
they never tanked
Throwing
their
it back.
bottom out. Yeah. Yeah, we're going Ty Lawson.
Yeah. Earl Boykins,
Like, so they never
Randy
tanked.
Foy.
Oh, Earl Boykins. Yeah. So they never tanked. So like he's probably going to do the same thing. So he's gonna keep trading for young guys and pray they pan out. It's just, but is this? Are they gonna pay all these young guys too?
Exactly.
Giddy's got to get paid. He's gonna get 20 to 30, 25 to 35. Sorry,
Yeah.
Bulls fans. He's gonna get paid.
Pay him.
He's
Pay
gonna
him.
get paid.
Take my money now.
And unfortunately, Kobe and Io are going to be unrestricted free agents. So the only person you can bet on still wanting to be here is Io because he's a family guy. If you watch his YouTube channel, he loves his family to death. Like he likes being in the city. He likes going home. He likes having a home cooked meal. Who doesn't actually? So there's a lot of like I thought this last offseason was tough. This one is going to be. This one and the next one is going to be really tough. What do you do with these guys? They're all we got 6 expiring contracts, and you got a bunch of unrestricted free agents. And so who are you going to put who's getting a bag? Who's going to get a bag? You can't. I don't see the Reinsdorf paying Io and Kobe. It's just not going to happen.
No.
And unfortunately, someone got $90 million. So. Won't, but
he won't.
That's besides the fact.
I can't. Yeah, like you said, a lot of things to keep in mind.
Man.
A lot of money coming on the table. Expiring contracts, a phenomenal 2026 draft class, which AJ Devanza, we could go 0-82 as long as we pick AJ Devanza. I'll be happy because I'm still picking him to be like the next KD. Yeah. That kid's got sky high talent. And he can dunk over Angel Reese. So.
Of course.
So
that's crazy, yeah. And if you don't get AJ, guess who's number 2? A boozer.
Exactly.
Any of them. Back to saying yelling boozer. Like it's any of them. Just get some more draft picks, AK. Like why are you so afraid of draft picks? Why?
Exactly.
What's wrong? It's like I don't get it.
And it's 2 boozers that we don't need to use shoe polish to color in their hair. So they have their own hair.
Bro.
You don't need shoe polish. One of the most iconic things I've ever seen as a Bulls fan.
That was weird.
Well, Sammady Yi,
so perplexing.
No more loaded questions. Your day at the office is done. So now we're just going to ask you some normal fun games. We have 2 games that we like to play here. One that we play as a regular host, and then the other game we play with all our guests. And of course, I'm talking about Mount Hornsmore or Horns or Thorns. So this week's Mount Hornsmore is really easy. I want you to give me not necessarily the best, but who would you say is your Mount Hornsmore of top 5 favorite Bulls players?
Okay. Let's just make it happen. So Jordan, Pip, Rose, Noah.
Okay.
The 5th one, number 5.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you really got me on this. The number five. I'm just scanning my youth and up until now, and like, is there really a guy that you know what? Just for kicks and giggles, Kukoc. Mainly because I remember
Yeah.
Scotty and Mike were just like, we're gonna get this guy, and then he's a member of their team. It's like, yo, man, you guys were coming after me this whole time. Like, what the hell's your deal? And then, so yeah, how about that? How about that for a starting five? There you go.
That's a solid.
Rose,
I
Pip,
like that.
Jordan, Kukoc, Noah. There you go.
Which could almost be our top one of our like greatest lineups of all time. Man, good one. Good
There you
one.
go.
All right. Unfortunately, I got to put you back on the hot seat because we are playing Horns or Thorns. For you at home, for you guys at home, if you've not heard of Horns or Thorns or know what this is, it's essentially a this or that game where I ask you a scenario. If you agree with it, you say horns. If you disagree with it, you say thorns, and we move on. I have 5 for you today, Mr. Sammady Yi. So whenever you're ready, want to start?
Let's go. Game time hoops.
All right. I like it. I like it. Hands in the middle. Question number 1, horns or thorns? The Chicago Bulls win the NBA luck of the year and draw the first overall draft pick. Horns or thorns?
Horns. AK is not that stupid,
So you think we're going to get the
but
number 1 overall
I
pick?
could be wrong. If they get it, oh shoot. You know what? Yeah, let's go for it. I'm on the juice. Horns.
I
Why not?
like it. Optimism. I
Why
love
not?
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Horns or
A
thorns?
lot of
The
negativity
Chicago
right now.
Bulls. I like it. No negative. I love it. I love it. Dude, I'm happy. Look at that smile. Horns or thorns? The Chicago Bulls sign
Yeah, there you go.
a big time free agent this year.
Thorns. No, no
No?
way, man.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thorns.
I like it.
Thorns. Back to negativity, but yeah, thorns.
Well, that was short lived.
All right.
This one I think I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask you the same. The Chicago Bulls successfully move Nikola Vucevic during the offseason.
Horns, but with prayer hands. Thank goodness. Horns, but with prayer hands.
I love it. Love it. All right. This question ties in to what we were talking about earlier. Horns or thorns? The Chicago Bulls make the playoffs this coming season, not the play-in. Next season, we will make the
Horn.
playoffs.
I'm gonna say horns. Horns.
Okay, I like it.
Mainly off the drive of our players, not the coaching staff.
I like it. This is a very optimistic horns or thorns. I love it. Usually, like they're like 60% thorns and like one random horn, and I like this. All right.
Yeah.
Final question. Final question. This one's off the wall. This one's bizarre. I love it. The Chicago Sky win a championship before the Chicago Bulls do.
Thorns.
Okay.
No,
All right.
wait, no. Actually, you know what? Hold that. I'm thinking about that because they just got. I'm not very educated on. No, retract that. I recall my answer. Horns. Why not?
You think?
Let's have it.
You think
Let's
so?
have it.
They got
Let's have it.
Cardoso.
Yeah.
They got Reese. They got Van Lith.
Let's have it. Let's have
All
it.
right.
The city
I
needs
like
hope.
it.
The city needs hope,
Yeah.
and it's gonna become. It's gonna come from the sky.
I like it. We need one basketball related championship in this city, no matter where it comes from.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like the Sky had more of their act together because they're not owned by the Dwarfs and the evil Galactic Empire. So I think they'll be fine.
I like it. Good. Good. Yeah. Well, Sammady, as a participant in Horns or Thorns, you win the grand prize of addressing the Bulls fans and the Horniacs at your own free will. Go right ahead. What do you got for them?
I would say be nicer to each other, please. Be a little bit more respectful to each other. We all love the same team. We all have our opinions, but let's all be a little bit more cordial. Some of the players may not be what we want, but we should support them no matter what. And we should support each player to be better, to thrive, and to be successful. You can love the players and love the team while still hating on the dwarfs, the evil empire, and Acme. So that's my message to Bulls Nation. There you go.
Dude, I couldn't have said it any better myself. That was perfect. You know, it was so hard to do that report card episode when we're giving everyone like grades, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be negative. I just want to call it as I see it. But I know I'm gonna have half a dozen people in the comment section, saying you're so negative. You're so okay. So the reason why I say this, we actually received a comment from somebody because we were hating on Dalen Terry, and it's like, hold on a second, I'm not hating on Dalen Terry. We're just telling you what he looks like out there. You know what I mean?
Man.
So
It's competition. Like, you're as good as your last
yeah,
competition. You're as good as your last performance. Like, if
exactly.
Dalen is not looking at his last couple of years and thinking he's not improving, like that's his fault. Yeah. The product is for itself. You can get in rotation. Billy has shown more willingness to let guys get in rotation if they do the right things behind the scenes and on the court. It is what it is, man. So
Exactly.
I don't know who that commenter is, but shame on you. Be nicer.
It sucks because, like you said, we're all united under the same flag. Like, we all love this team. We all love and hate this team for the same reason. But to hate each other is just terrible, man. We're all one big happy Bulls family. So.
This is true. And we all universally dislike the crap out of the Dwarfs. So if we can get behind something, at least we can get behind that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Well, Mr. Sammady Yi, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a long time coming. I know we did that. We have to do that live again soon because we haven't done a live in quite some time, but those basketball grids, those are fun. I love doing them. I don't like doing them all the time because then like you don't have time for them to get more. Because we usually do a few of them on the show at a time. But thank you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Do you have anything else for everyone before we head out? Where to reach you? What to?
So on Twitter, Instagram, Sammady Yi. So that's SAMMADYYI. I don't post much on either, but I definitely on Twitter re-aggregating a lot of Bulls content that I really support and I really feel that should get followed, such as the Horns Over Hoops podcast and other creators that are out there. So you may not see me post much. You may see me reply every now and then, but you'll definitely see great content that I feel that should get pushed out a bit more. So that's all it is.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, I know me on behalf of my co-host, we thank you for your support. Like I said, you've been rocking with us since probably the first episode. You know what I mean? And fans like you, and we're going to get emotional now. Fans like you is like what gives people like us the power and the energy to create more content. The one thing I noticed, and this is the most humbling thing in the world. Whenever you create a piece of content and somebody says that's really good, like, I enjoy this. If you provide something that fans gravitate towards and you meet some great people along the way, it really makes the whole process worth doing. And that's exactly what you've done. Like, we enjoyed every one of your interactions and your questions when we were doing the questionnaires. Like, those were so good. But thank you again for being our one of our top supporters and for being on the show. We appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you guys. As I said, I am a Bulls fan in Southern California, so I do not get to talk Bulls, like real Bulls, with a lot of people at all that have the same like passion or same like fandom as me. So this is how I get my content. This is how I get my viewpoints out, like with you, and all the other Bulls Twitter cohorts that shares, so I'm on an island by myself out here. So it's all good.
Yeah. You're in enemy territory, you know what I mean? But don't worry.
Yeah.
We won't let them get you. We won't let them get you.
Nope.
Well, in that case, thank you so much for being on. Bulls fans, be sure to head over to our YouTube page. Check out all of our daily shorts. Daily shorts drop at 3:30. Daily TikToks drop at 4 o'clock. I have no idea why I don't just make them all 3:30, but I don't know. Maybe it just gives me something to look forward to a half hour afterwards. But go ahead and comment on this video. Slide over to Sammady's page And please give him a follow. Show him your love. We know that you will. Give this video a like, a comment, a subscribe. And without drawing this conclusion out any further, we encourage our Bulls fans and our Horniacs to enjoy your off season. Get ready for the draft. See red. Go Bulls. Good night, everyone. And thank you, Sammady Yi, for stopping by.
Thank you too, guys. Appreciate it.